Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Skies, where last episode I might very well have doomed our expedition into the high wilderness, because we're down to 1 and about a half a barrel of fuel, 1 crate of supplies, which has just, been used up. Good. Perfect. And also we're terrified, by the way, just as a side note. Oh, and, to top it all off, we have 3 hull left. Which almost got reduced to 0, so I'm, thrilled, as you might imagine. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a plan to fix all this. Oh shit, no. No. Don't kill me, Gabriel's Archive. But no, there really isn't much of a way to solve this. The only plan I sort of came up with is to go south and hope we run into either Hybris, where we just got a job to deliver some filmmaker. I believe it was a filmmaker, yes. And maybe get paid for that, hopefully, and get enough money to repair the ship. Or the locomotive, rather. Other than that, maybe... Oh. You can be made into supplies, right? I mean, I've only got 3 hull, so this is like do or die kind of thing, but fuck it. Alright. Yeah, you can just stay right there, buddy. Come on. Stay right there. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Drill for the fleshy bits. Apparently there's eating on a cantankery. Not good eating, but eating. Thank you. Your burliest stoker volunteers to operate the drill. She floats out to the calcifying carcass and sets to work. 10 minutes later, you haul her back in. Her drill bit broken. The next crew member goes out with a fresh drill. After that breaks, you establish a rota. Eventually, the burly stoker returns, her teeth chattering, with a cluster of measly organs palpitating in her hands. Your cook does their best. Oh, what's this? Adrift, you've used the last of your fuel. No. Thank you, we're not quite dead yet. Because we still have some amount of fuel. Not much, not enough, not nearly enough. Come on, cruise control. Do the thing I tell you to do. But yes, we do have, no options, really, at all. If we find a ship, we have to attack it to get fuel now. Fortunately, we've got supplies, so that's good, I suppose. But, yeah, I don't think there's any saving this, really. For the sake of it, let's throw our bat out. Waste that 10% of supplies. Possibilities. Possible chance for survival if I go to the southwest. So that's where we're headed. Come on. Get us going that way. Oh, dearie dear me. I'm reminded of early Sunless Seas, when I used to go on some very, very narrow chances of survival kind of jobs. Oh, dear. Magdalene's, where you can buy comforting lies. Is one of those lies, hey, you might survive? Because I could use that one. Ooh, it's rather pink. Pretty. Nope, not the direction I wanted to go. Shit. Fuck. Okay, how bad was that? Knocked off 1 hull. That's... good. Good. Where is the entrance? I mean, sure, terror, why not? If there's anything worse than starving, it's you. The crew accept their sentence meekly, sensibly fearing worse. Yeah, considering I'm gonna probably eat most of you, that's a bit of a thing. Okay, just get in there. Just get right in there. Okay. I don't have any money. Please tell me you buy something. Just buy something from me. No. Okay. Alright. Well, we're here. The House of the Small Comfort. Magdalene's is the closest thing many Skyfarers have to a home. It offers services to alleviate the strain of spending a life spent too close to the stars. Magdalene's one of the few places that will allow you to improve your condition should it worsen. Interesting. We did reference the fact that our terror situation, once this bar fills, it just increases our condition. Makes it worse, makes it much worse. But, well, anyway, let's visit. Magdalene's House of Small Comfort. The glass spires of Magdalene's pierce the clouds like swords. The stained glass clock tower presides over the cluster of buildings as a Mother Superior would over her wayward charges. Shadowed figures can be seen moving through the gleaming corridors, their identities obscured by the hued glass. Crowds of Skyfarers, ministry officials, and merchants mill about the forecourt, in varying degrees of distress. All watch the clock, waiting for their appointed hour. Collect our port report because we need it desperately. Magdalene's is a popular destination. Someone will no doubt be interested to know how things are here, and who's been seen here. Magdalene's is abuzz with activity. Barely has the clock chimed when a clamor goes up at the front desk. Guests rushing to and from appointments. Lord So-and-so was seen in conversation with the amenable host. The East Wing was closed for general access all day. A certain distinguished admiral was seen with his second-in-command entering one of the chambers of regret. Interesting. Several guests succumbed to an excess of sentimentality and were forcibly removed. Fair enough. I wonder if that admiral is the admiral from back in Sunless Seas. I mean, why not? Someone's loitering sheepishly by your locomotive. Hello, he waves cheerily as he scrambles aboard. Cool. Now, this opportunity. The founder and master of ceremonies at Magdalene's, he has requested you by name. An attendant escorts you through the dazzling violet corridors. Why did he request me by name? The host's red door is always open. The attendant leaves you just as the clock begins to chime. How do you know my name, by the way? The amenable host is reclining on a couch of crushed velvet, a goblet of sparkling wine in his long fingers. Somewhere in the tower above him, the great clock ticks away. His atrium is always open to guests. He regularly indulges all manner of complaints, friendly criticism, and suggestions. Today he has a headache. He beckons you close. His voice is soft and sibilant, like butter melting in mellow candlelight. It seems that there is a guest who has gotten rather too attached to a particular attendant. Always he requests that the same attendant appear in the same guise. The amenable host's lip curls in distaste. He reiterates the aim of Magdalene's, a place of healing, a place of sanctuary, a place of respite. It was never intended to feed a broken heart. That is an unhealthy state in which to linger. The guest brings sickness. I would have him purged. I have a dossier on our guest, if you're interested in helping. Well then. Take the lachrymose guest's dossier. The amenable host has requested help in removing a customer who is blurring the boundaries of healer and patient. The amenable host's smile washes across his face like a wave destroying a sandcastle competition. I'm so glad you can help us. He produces a thin sliver of pages and passes them to you. I'd recommend taking on the role of one of our attendants, and in so doing, playing the role of someone significant to him. The amenable host sighs, reaching for his goblet. He knows all our attendants by voice now. Someone new is needed. Intriguing. Let's deal with this lachrymose guest. He stands on the threshold of the treatment chambers, his hands trembling. The attendants on duty have been briefed as to your involvement. Okay. Well, first of all, how do you plan to deal with him? A treatment chamber has been emptied for you, should you wish to adopt a guise from his past. Alternately, he's stood right there. He does not seem to have noticed you, his eyes boring through the doors of the treatment rooms. I mean, yeah, I'm confused by these two things. But, no, we're gonna approach this directly, because why wouldn't we? Disguises have caused the poor sod enough trouble. The lachrymose guest's eyes widen as you approach. Has there been a problem? You invite him to sit. Stiff brandies are ordered. You recount your own share of heartbreaks and tragedies, how you found yourself here, and you make clear that despite all that, you will be leaving. He nods slowly, and after a quick shake of your hand, walks towards the station. He does not look back. Return to the amenable host, of course. You're welcome in his sight. An attendant escorts you through the dazzling violet corridors. The host's red door is always open. The attendant leaves you just as the clock begins to chime. Let the amenable host know the lachrymose guest is gone. For better or worse, he will not be returning to Magdalene's. Well, the amenable host smiles beatifically. Of course, my staff will be pleased. It's a risk of our trade when our clients can no longer separate identity and illusion. He breathes out, his sigh echoing through the atrium like a loosed bird. It's a trap any of us could fall into. Here, take this. He fishes around beneath his couch for one of his goblets. It'll fetch a pretty price. Take it with my thanks. Do visit us again. 10 sovereigns, you say? Don't have anything else for me? Ah. Listen to the amenable host's request. Seems melancholy today, his hand light on his cup, his eyes shadowed with grief. I admired your discretion earlier. I've also taken the liberty of checking into your past, Captain. He smiles. All good. You've seen the dangers of our work upon those who purchase our services, yet we can suffer a small blurring of the self. He draws your attention to several paintings on the walls. My regulars have, at various points in time, requested that I be a prospector captain on Lustrum, heir to a fine house in Port Prosper, and a titan of industry on New Winchester. I have vivid memories of all three, yet all cannot be true, surely. He presses a locket into your hand. This bears my graven image. See if anyone remembers me, the true me. Travel to any of Lustrum, New Winchester, and Port Prosper begin. Interesting. He's played a role so long that he's forgotten his real face. Funny, that. Well, let's speak with an attendant. The staff at Magdalene's promised treatments for the deleterious effects of the high wilderness. Loneliness, desperation, folly, regret, love. An attendant waits in the foyer to schedule appointments for guests. A great binder sits in front of her, and the wall before her is covered in ticking clocks. The furnishings are plush. Paintings hung on the wall display abstract skyscapes. They could come from almost anywhere in the wilderness. The attendant is eager to explain the procedures offered at Magdalene's, and the rules that govern the refuge. This is a hospital for the spirit. The staff are physic and mimic both. Here you may say farewell to a doomed comrade, resurrect an old love, spar with a defeated enemy once more, all for a fair price, and so long as you do not indulge. Our services are for healing, not to provide another crutch. Observe guests going in for treatment. Some smile, others weep. One lady has a terrible gleam in her eyes, another a recording device. A trio of guests is going in together, all dark-haired and straight-backed. Yes, I know it's not the real thing, but I'd like a sense of closure, the tall woman says. What rot, barks the short woman next to her. You want to argue over the will again? I've told you once I'm not giving up the spoons based on a charlatan's say-so. Do be quiet, please, the one man says. I, for one, am more than happy to hear again why I was lumbered with a third-best wardrobe. A mother wanders past with a young boy. He would only ever listen to his old arithmetic tutor. His death has been rather expensive. Okay. Oh, there's more. Wonderful. Talk to patients being discharged. Hopefully they're better than the people going in. They exit the treatment chambers, fresh from their encounters with attendants, in the guise of their most personal memories. Some leave smiling, others weeping. None can resist looking back behind them, even for just a peek. I feel like this little thing is supposed to be... Oh, that's it. That's quite the story. A mourner wanders past, clad in outdated black silk. She's recreating her husband's funeral today. She's smiling. Ooh. What does this do, though? I don't quite understand. Well, we can leave that be for now. I think... Perfect. I have just enough to get 1 barrel of fuel. Which might be just enough to get me to somewhere else, hopefully. I mean, I do only have 2 hulls, so that's great. On the other hand, we could just go to Port or not Port Avon, New Winchester or Port Prosper. Or find this Lustrum place they spoke of. Come on, keep going. Move, move, move. You know what? I think we ride this one to the death. Ah, or maybe not. Come on, you little bastard. Okay. Aha. You are not terribly maneuverable. Okay. Okay, I was hoping that wouldn't... Okay, good. Good, good, good. I was hoping that would have killed it before, but... Yay, more supplies. Yay. We get to live for another few minutes, really. What's this? You can no longer fire one of your weapons. I mean, that's not surprising. We've kind of heated things up a bit. What's going on over here, buddy? I mean, I got some extra supplies, so let's send them out. Because this looks like a new place. Actually, looks like Titania, except more viney. Really, you didn't find anything of interest here with all these vines? Huh. Curious. What? A visitation, an innocuous request. Some time ago, you had to remove a bristle-mustached corpse from the front of your engine. Now the corpse is back. It's knocking politely on the exterior hatch and asking if it can come in. Not for long, you understand, just to warm up. It's chilly out. Absolutely not. Strict standards must be maintained by all crew. Breathing, for one. The corpse quite understands, although could it possibly borrow a scarf? I mean... We'll lend it our scarf. It was a gift from our aunt. Oh. Well... No, you know, I'm gonna borrow a scarf from one of the crew. I like to keep my aunt's gifts, you know, just cause, you know, reasons. It's woolly and warm. The crewman looked mystified, but does not object. That satisfies the corpse for now. You tell the crew not to let it in. It'd be just like one of them to take pity on the creature. As you leave, you hear one of them whisper, "Threw me scarf out of the hatch." Civility is lost on these people. Cool. Well, we're going crazy. Like, really properly crazy. Thought we were just down to wary or nervous, but... Clearly we found a new level of insane. Which is fine, I guess. Ugh. It's like I really want to use the bat, but I know it's a bad idea because it's going to use up supplies that we don't really have. Oh, there we go. Come on. Really got to get more used to the transitioning between cruise control. Oh. Hello, thing. Curious. I guess they're just rocks. Still seems weird to me. But let's... I mean, I don't want to waste the supplies, but at the same time, like... I want to keep going this way if there's nothing here, so... Go on, little guy. Good thing I did that. And now we're down to no supplies and people are gonna get upset at me again. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it, guys, I get it. We don't have any fuel, we don't have supplies, it's upsetting. I understand. But we've survived for now, so... Hey, maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be more cantankery. Or more importantly, a train, hopefully, soon, because... I mean, I need fuel more than anything else right now. And I just found a new place, so I'd really like to get to that new place before we die. Why are these things now white and luminous? The sky. Really? Wow. The sky is quiet here, an ill-omened place, a crewman mutters. What is that? Oh, are we finding the corpse of their... Oh, no, no, no. Nope. But yeah, the corpse of the Judgment. Is that what we're finding here? Because that's what it looks like. It's red. Ew. Gross. We're gonna run out of fuel here. Which is really upsetting because... Oh. Okay, can we drift there? We're in Hybris. Perfect. This is a place I needed to go anyway. Come on, just go a little bit further. Go. Drift. Drift. I don't want to use up that little bit of fuel I have left. Ha! Success, kind of. Hopefully. If everything works out. Hybris, a fledgling colony trying to dig its fingernails deep enough into the spongy, fungal fabric of the Reach to cling on when hard times come. It is a sad truth that many more settlements are founded than flourish. Nestled amidst sprawling, sporing gardens of fungus, Hybris is a colony of octogenarians. Rotting buildings slough gently into decay. Maintenance is poor, the population aged. An insect infected by deep spines of fungus flies past drowsily. Growth asks no license, reads a barely legible sign staked into a collapsed pile of fungal eggs. This fungus? 'Cause pretty goddamn gross. Well, gather our port report first, of course. Not much seems to happen in this sleepy, mushroomy place, but perhaps someone will be interested. Life moves slowly here. The arguments over the rules of bowls and the correct length of time in which to steep tea. The station master keeps his distance and seems to avoid the villagers. Standing on the mushrooms, one perceives a unique quality of light as starlight filters through the underside of the caps. Question. Damn it. Double damn it. Well, I think we're SOL. Might as well explore while we can, though. A venerable welcoming party is gathered. The wizened mayor approaches, his back is bent, but his pace is steady. The mayor has a firm handshake. Welcome, welcome to our little hideaway in the skies. Watch your step, that one's about to fruit. True enough, the little white sack at your feet suddenly breaks apart, as snaking thick red tendrils of fungus explode outwards. Oh god, why? The mayoral assistant, a severe woman of slightly less advanced years, guides the mayor to a nearby bench. You're welcome here as long as you like, as long as you need. From whatever you leave behind, here you are safe. Something's changing in Hybris, you say. I mean... oof. Wow, I don't even have enough money for tea. Wow, okay. Explore the settlement, I suppose. Hybris has barely more than a handful of buildings, clustered over and amongst vast forests of fungus, yet life goes on here. A game of bowls has been organized on the flattest bit of marsh anyone could locate. What's bowls, by the way? I guess bowling, maybe? You're invited to participate by the mayoral assistant, who proves herself a mean backhand draw. When all is over and everyone is retired for squeezed fungal juices at the Brendan, the wizened mayor takes you aside. This is what it's all about, a second youth. First, in most cases, he grins conspiratorially. Yeah, everyone here is very old indeed. Why? The wizened mayor chuckles heartily when you wonder if perhaps there's a lower age limit on settling in Hybris. Oh no, we'd welcome youth, but we don't get many settlers coming out this way. We're happily secluded, far from prying eyes here. He smiles as across the marsh, his mayoral assistant trounces another unfortunate at bowls. We're rather enjoying a second youth here. Our best years were spent by others. The wizened mayor glances at his allotment, which is overflowing with burgeoning mushrooms. We have plans to hopefully change that, though. Interesting. Trying to get years back, I suppose? Wander the wilds of Hybris, a swamp and marsh, fungus and frond. Nowhere in the Reach has been so thoroughly colonized. It will be a shame not to see the sights. Fingers of black and red mushrooms rise from the sodden ground like a graveyard on Judgment Day. Tendrils of white fungus form vast arches beyond the little colony that sway in the interstellar drifts. An earthy smell like a newly opened barrel pervades the air and follows you through the swamps like a lost dog. In the middle of a grove of writhing sacks, you find a plinth adorned with broken and twisted nameplates, the shape of collars, a stamp reading Brabazon Work world has been imprinted on each one. Brabazon work world. They spoke about work worlds before. I assume they're basically factories the size of planets. Intriguing. Search for this, Madame Lumiere. A filmmaker should be difficult to miss in this hushed, secluded place. Oh my god, I might be able to survive this. Loud curses lead you towards an elderly woman fiddling with an antiquated camera. Its lens is trained on a pile of rotting purple fungus that resembles crocuses. She sighs and shuts the frame. That'll do, she offers a trembling hand. Lumiere, once a renowned explorer and filmmaker, now, as you see. A cough rattles through her. You from New Winchester? I'll leave with you. I can pay my way, I'm done here, and my lungs won't tolerate much more of this. She smiles wanly. I've a premiere to plan. And thank God you paid me as much as you did, 'cause that means I have just enough to get a barrel of fuel, which might be just enough to get us back to New Winchester. Maybe. It's very, very iffy. But we can hope. However, if you want to know whether we make it back or not, that's a matter for next episode. So, thank you very much for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly. And I shall see you all soon. Hopefully. Bye.